What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead. What's that? Alright. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Love After Lockup Season 3, Episode 46. So we picked this episode up with Brittany meeting up with her friend to figure out who stole their money. Who stole the money? When she gets there to the meeting spot, she realizes that her friend done bought the po-po. Now, Brittany said, listen, I don't want nobody to think that I'm scared of the police, because but I do have a healthy fear, and I really don't want to be a snitch. And not only do I not want to be a snitch, I don't want to be a snitch on national TV, okay? Brittany is like, listen, I know the man that stole all our money, but I still have, code of ethics I got to live by, and I just don't know how I feel about talking to the police. But her friend was like, listen, girl, this man stole our money. Like, it is what it is. So they end up talking to the dude, and come to find out, they ain't had no, they didn't have no contract with this man. They didn't have anything in writing. They had a verbal contract. And so, that's hard. And she said, well, we really trusted him because, he worked for the FBI and he worked for the Pentagon. He was like, how y'all know that? Did he show y'all any proof? Did he show you an ID from the Pentagon? Did he show you any paperwork? He said, I can tell y'all that I worked for the FBI. That doesn't mean nothing. And, it's one of those things where when you have to start telling your story, you realize how many mistakes you made. I don't want to say how foolish, because we've all made bad decisions and we've all gotten ourselves caught up. But you realize how many mistakes you made, And I really feel bad for Brittany in this situation, because listen, not only did they invest their money, but they got their friends to invest their money. And that's always a hard piece to it. So we'll see how this, because she said now that she's gotten all the facts and she knows what's going on, now she got to go tell Marcelino. And we already know how that's going to end up. That is not going to be a good conversation for her. And for her to have to relay that to Marcelino, honey. So Ray and Brittany, they going over Ray's family house to hang out. We found out Ray done got himself a job making about $15 an hour. He said, yeah, so now, it'll be a good time for me to have to start paying on my restitution, honey. And so Brittany starts talking about how she feel about this whole restitution situation, and how, she said, listen, I work 2 jobs to get what I have, and we get married. Am I going to be on the hook for the restitution? Now, I think she was trying to ask legally, like, am I legally obligated to help him pay this restitution? His family started talking from a point of morally, I guess. Well, if this is who you want to be with, this your man, yeah, his debt becomes y'all's debt. If you married him and he had kids, y'all combined income will be paying child support. You be helping to take care of his kids. So how is this any different? And when he said how much he owed him restitution, baby, his aunt was like, baby, that's a house. Like, you owe a house. And I understand. Listen, I understand where Brittany is coming from. Like I said, we saw that's what Yandy did over to the Love and Hip Hop New York / Atlanta. That's why she ain't never turned in her paperwork with Mendice's. Like, listen, we had a big ass wedding and we stood before the God and we made our vows. But what we didn't do is stand before Uncle Sam, because what I'm not gonna be is responsible for your restitution or your child support. I'm not mad at Brittany for saying, listen, I love you, but I won't dare when you was robbing the CVS. I ain't mad at her. And I feel like her family was I felt like the way they was kind of coming at her was a little messed up. Because, no, you said you loved him and this, and this, and this, and that. And I'm just like, but you can love somebody and still not want their debt. Hello? Then they were talking about the mother and, why he hasn't met her mom. And she was like, because my mom is stubborn. They feel some kind of way about me dating a convict. Like, it is what it is. Listen, let's not act like that's not 90% of the population. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. But you raise your daughter. She got her own house. She has a car. She worked 2 jobs. She lives a decent life. And all of a sudden, you find out she dating a convict. Like, that ain't... And I get it that he your convict, but ain't nobody else gotta love him. I think Ray is a nice guy, but I think that sometimes in any relationship, I can be in love with him and my family never be on board. That's in any relationship. So I don't understand this push to make sure that her family accepts him. They don't have to. I didn't like the fact that she was lying to her family, but now that she's told her father the situation and they know what's up, at this point, either you coming along or we gonna keep this train moving. But that's just me, y'all. Y'all go on and tell me how wrong I am in the comments. Tell me y'all don't agree with me. That's fine. And shout out to my people who gave me the breakdown of what I had missed out on with Sean and Sarah. Sarah's the new girlfriend. Listen, let's just go ahead and get Sean and Sarah crazy ass out the way, okay? Or do I want to get... No, let me go ahead and get Christina, and John out the way. Listen, they still not in a good place after she found out that he was flirting with her sister, right? She lied about it. Well, he lied about it. Whatever. So they still not in the best place. And he decides that, he wants to take her on this photo shoot. They're going to dress up as Bonnie and Clyde. And then he gets down on one knee and he proposes to her. Because remember, their first wedding ain't really legally binding. It was a native ceremony, which I feel like it's probably only legal when you're on the reservation. And if I'm saying that wrong, please correct me politely in the chat. But I feel like it's probably legal on the reservation, but I don't feel like it's legal everywhere else. So he wants to have like a traditional wedding. And once again, he sort of puts her on the spot because my thing is, y'all not in a good place. She really, probably if she wasn't obligated to live with you because of her parole, she might not even be there. And I give her props for the fact that she has not gone back out into them streets and she's trying to process. I like her. I'm really rooting for her, and I hope that she stays, on the straight and narrow and not get caught back up in drugs. But let me tell you what I'm pissed off at, okay? I am pissed off at whoever the fuck did her makeup for her confessional. They set her ass up. And if you did it yourself, Christina, if you did it yourself, don't do it again. I like you and I am rooting for you, but that eyebrow, girl, who did that? Your sister did that to you, didn't she? Anyway, she said yes, child, but I don't feel like she meant it. Anyway, then we have Sean and his new girlfriend, Sarah. Now, listen, this is where y'all gave me the breakdown. Y'all let me know what was going on with Sean and the new girlfriend. So, Sean done quit his job down to the Vegas. He done moved all the way to Ohio to be with this girl who he really only knew through email and phone calls, just like he did Destiny. He said he ain't even seen an up-to-date picture of her, and he can only go by her description. But that can be deceiving. Yeah, because you went through that with Destiny, because the first thing when Destiny got out of jail, you was talking about she was a little thicker than a Snicker. When we find out that you prefer skinny girls. Again, just because I'm a big girl don't mean I'm offended by that. We all have our preferences of what it is we like and what we like to date. What I am more offended by is the fact that your dumb ass would quit your good job, move across the country to be with a woman that you ain't seen in real life and you really don't know nothing about her. Listen, come to find out, Sarah been in jail for 6 years for involuntary manslaughter. Y'all should have seen my face when she said she went to jail for involuntary manslaughter. I think I was looking down and I went, girl. Come to find out, she bought heroin for somebody and helped them inject it, and they ended up overdosing. And I don't know what I'm more offended by. I don't know if I'm more offended by the fact that this is what she went to jail for, or the fact that her ass only did 6 years. Like, if this... Okay, I'm not going to go down that road. I ain't going down that rabbit hole. Because Lord knows, if her name had been Bertha, and she'd have been a black woman, her ass would have been in jail for the next 20 years. But whatever. Don't make me go down that rabbit hole. I ain't trying to go there. Moving on. So, Sean, This whole situation was deja vu. He in the hotel room. He fixing a little care package for old girl. He done got her a cell phone. He done got her a bag full of clothes. He fixing her a smoothie with vodka because she said that her anxiety is gonna be on 20 and she needed a little something to calm her nerves. So he done made her a little smoothie with vodka in it, put it in a little container so it can stay cold, and all this other stuff. And he's talking about how they gonna have good sex. They're gonna have, he said, we might not even make it to the hotel. We might just pull over in a cornfield somewhere and just have sex in the back seat of my car. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, ew. I don't need to think about you having sex with nobody at all. Then he was like, I don't know why I even messed with Destiny. I don't know why I didn't just stick with Sarah, because Sarah's this and Sarah's that. You know why you chose Destiny over Sarah? Because Destiny ass was getting out before Sarah was. And you was pressed and desperate. That is why. If Sarah was getting out first, you'd have been with Sarah first. This is what I can't figure out with Sean. I can't figure out with Sean if he is really this freaking clueless or if he's trolling all of us. Like, if he really truly knows that he don't mean it and he is just fucking trolling us. That's the part I haven't figured out yet. Because, sir, you literally still got Destiny calling your phone asking you for money. And you done started this process with a whole nother woman. And again, you lied to her about how many kids you have. You lied to her about your age. Like, you doing the exact same thing you did with Destiny. Now, let's be clear. Destiny was crazy as hell. And it would have never worked out with Destiny. But you gave her the ammunition to screw you. Because you lied to her. And now you're doing it all over again with a whole nother woman. And this time, just like you put that $60,000 on the line for Destiny, you didn't quit your whole job and moved across country, sir. Anyway, she finally comes out and they all like loves and hugs, and she go to call her mama. He was like, put it on speaker. She was like, nope. And I said, she ain't talking to her mama now. I don't know who she talking to, but it ain't her damn mama. You know why I know it ain't her mama? And the way they edited it, because it could be edited, y'all know how they do. But the way they edited it, she ain't never say mama. She said, hey, yeah, everything's good. Okay, yeah. All right. She ain't never say, hey, mom, I love you. Oh, my gosh, it's so good. Yes, mom. Because he's on his way to take her to her mom's house. Never said nothing about mom this or mom that. And then she said, oh, don't worry, you're not on speaker. Who you talking to? Because you're not talking to your mama. I'm a grown-ass woman. I talk to my mama damn near every day. And when she answers the phone, I say, what's up, mom? At no point in time did she say her mama name. If my daddy answered the phone, I say, what's up, dad? What you doing? Where mama at? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Then she gonna say at the end, well, I do have a secret that I haven't told Sean. I guess I gotta tell him now. I was like, here we go with this secret shit. And y'all know how Love After Lockup is. They're gonna drag that shit out probably for the next 2 episodes, honey. So we'll figure out what the secret is eventually. I think she lied to him about having churn. Like he lied to her about having churn, I feel like. But I could be wrong. I don't know what's going on with them child. But what I do know is I don't feel like this is going to end up any better for Sean than the situation with Destiny did. But whatever. Then we got Puppy and Amber. Child, Amber is doing good, living her best life. But child, she ain't talked to Puppy. She said she just tried to call Puppy. Puppy ain't answering her phone calls. So she's nervous and worried. She said even though things ain't work out with us as friends, because she wanted something that I wasn't ready to give her, I still love her. And I don't throw my friends away. So she went over to Puppy's mom's house to check. Puppy ain't been there. Her mama said Puppy ain't been here in 2 weeks. She said, but listen, I know something ain't right because I'm back going to the hospital every day for my treatments. And Puppy said she was going to come and take me and she ain't never show up. So I know something ain't right. And, you know, the mama said, listen, I was mad at Amber because I feel like, you know, Amber didn't give that same energy to Puppy when they got out that was going on when they were locked up. But I love Amber like a daughter. And so, you know, I forgive her. But I ain't really like how that whole thing went down. And I can respect that because I probably would have felt the same way if that was my daughter. Because Amber, I get it, Amber, that Amber was in a different place when she got out than where Puppy was. But I still feel like you was playing games, Amber. Like when y'all went out and you got drunk and then y'all had sex. You used that alcohol as an excuse to do what you really wanted to do. You just didn't want to do it sober, so you could use that as an excuse. But whatever. So her mom ends up giving Amber, an address where Puppy said she was staying. And so Amber was like, well, I'm going to go check on her. You know, I'm going to go roll up on her over there. I'm going to go check on her. And she gets Queenie. Remember, Queenie is the person Puppy was working for that they had been locked up with before. And Queenie was like, who rolling up over there? We don't know where we're going. We on papers. Like, ain't nobody just rolling up to nobody's house and we don't know where we're going. We on paper. We could be rolling up to a crack house. We don't know what's going on down there. So she pulls it up on the internet, you know, Google Maps. And she look around the neighborhood. Look like it's in a pretty good neighborhood. She said, you know, I don't see no, you know, broken windows or no, telltale signs that I'm in a bad neighborhood or this is a crack house. Okay, I don't see none of that. So they decide they're going to drive over there, and they sitting outside sort of doing surveillance, you know, looking, see if there's any movement, see if anybody coming in and out. They said look like the house is abandoned or something because they don't see a whole lot of movement. But it is a decent house in a decent neighborhood. So they kind of like, okay, we're not really sure what Puppy doing here. Maybe it's some dude she met. You know, we don't know. So Puppy was like, Amber was like, listen, y'all keep getting it mixed up, child. I'm tired of sitting here. So she jumps out the car and she rolls up, knocks on the door. Y'all know that's where they left it hanging. Somebody opened the door, but y'all know we ain't see who it was. So I guess we're going to get all them answers next week. So anyway, that's what it is, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.